Nick at the plate, hitting 163 this year, his 16th appearance now and 13th start for Anthony Barone. Jimmy Standahar, Ryan Markey, and Nick Burnick, along with Alex O'Donnell, sharing the middle infield duties for this team. Markey started a game at third, and the first pitch to Nick misses ball one. Nick, an alum, if you will, of the Adirondack Trailblazers from last season. 1 ball, no strikes. Fouls back that pitch, and the count is even at 1. Nick served as our directional indicator and tour guide as we were pulling into Boonville, New York. Got us to the stadium with no problem. He learned a little bit about the town while he was there last year. The 1-1 pitch to him off speed delivery, and it's hit into left field for a base hit. Connor Rule was on his way to third, and he had a pretty good eyeball on that. He never slowed down. He just kept going. It was up in the air long enough that you thought maybe the left fielder, Chuck Hooker, might have had a shot at it, but it falls in front of him, and you have Rule at third, Burnick at first, and the man with the big bat, Chris Conley, stepping in to face Matt Vallon. Conley hit by a pitch in his previous at-bat. Hayden Carter, first base coach and pitching coach extraordinaire, comes down, picks up the bat of Nick Burnick in foul territory and tosses it over to the Jammers dugout. And here we go. Can Conley add to his RBI total? Colin Stack did that in his previous at-bat with the sac fly RBI, driving in Conley. Stack up to 24 in the season. Conley currently with 23. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to Christ. Left-handed hitting catcher. Rule coming down the third base line. That pitch is on the inside corner. Conley moved to get out of the way of it and now gets out of the batter's box. Mild disagreement with the call. Gets back in. Ready to face Vallon. Runner at first, Burnick. Rule at third. 1 out. 1-1 pitch on its way. Off speed delivery. Conley watches it go by, and it gets called ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And for you YouTube followers, the feed is up and running for you now. 2-1 the count. Toss over to first by Vallon. Didn't even make the fake to third throw to first. He just bypassed that fake to third stuff, which never really seems to do anything in the game of baseball, yet many still try that. 2-1 the count and the pitch by Vallon. Big cut and a miss by Conley, swinging for the fences there, no doubt. And the count is evened up at 2-2. Had a pitch that was a little bit elevated and thought, there's one I can put out over the fence. Now, one thing's for sure, a little bit deeper down the line here than what it was at Geneva last night. 342 here, 325 there, down the right field line. Time called by Chris Conley as Vallon takes too long. Also here at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park, 414 is the deepest part of the park, and that's out there in right center. Right around where the light standard is out there to my left of the scoreboard. Field favors righties, 325 down our line. Conley pops it up. Justin Smith comes back, and he does not have a play on it. Count remains even at 2. Third baseman Dugan Darnell came in case Justin needed some assistance, and as it turns out, it's not catchable. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Conley's second plate appearance, hit by a pitch in the first inning. Up again here in the second. 2-2 the count, and the pitch by Vallon misses well outside, ball 3. Counts full on Chris Conley, 3-2. This is when he hit Chris with a pitch in his last at-bat. Conley has also walked 34 times. 34 times. Good heavens. Pops this one up. Smith is beginning to learn Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park and doesn't go very far before he determines that that one's not playable. Count full, 3-2. Fans getting into it. Hopefully, that is, the fans will be into it next week on Friday. It is Red Bike and Blue Night. All tickets are $2 that night, and this one's hit high and deep to right center field. Center fielder's over. Joe Simone makes the catch. Connor Rule tags at third and comes home with a tying run. Jammers 2, Trailblazers 2. Sac fly RBI for Chris Conley. So he matches Colin's stack, and they both have one more RBI on the season.
Jammers third baseman number 16, Chris Estrada.
Guy who's the RBI leader on the team will step to the plate now with Nick Bernick at first and 2 out. There goes Bernick. The throw down by Justin Smith is high and late. And Nick Bernick has stolen second. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs and Chris Estrada at the plate. Pitch a ball to Estrada, the count 1-0. Estrada was also hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Up again here in the second. The 1-0 pitch. Hit high and deep to left center field. Center fielder back. Simone won't get to it. That's going to hit at the base of the wall, and Nick Bernick is going to score. And Chris Estrada has another RBI as these guys keep chasing themselves with RBIs. 2 out, double to left, putting the Jammers up by a score of 3-2 as Nick Bernick comes around to score.
Number 30, Ben Brookover.
Ben Brookover will step to the plate. Ben with a heck of a night last night. I asked him if he thought he was at an NFL combine as he caught so many foul balls last night, over the shoulder style, like he was a wide receiver catching a pass. Popped out to the right fielder, Bay McIntosh, in his previous at-bat 1 inning ago, and takes the first pitch from Vallon, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Estrada at second with 2 out. Jammers have scored 3 so far in the night. 1 in the first inning, 2 here. And that pitch is in there, taken by Ben, and strike 1 called. The count's even at 1-1. Yeah, $2 tickets coming up next Friday here at the ballpark. We'll also celebrate male and female veterans throughout the course of the game. And we'll have a number of motorcycle groups and, of course, lots of surprises coming up throughout the game. That's next Friday here at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park. Off-speed pitch pulled Ben, and he has a big cut and a miss. And the count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Estrada at second. 2 runs in for the Jammers here. Estrada with a big double after 2 were out. This one's popped toward the shortstop. Little pop off the bat of Ben Brookover, caught by Tyler Bruno. That retires the Jammers here in their half of the second. 2 runs crossed for the Jammers. They did that on 3 hits. No errors for the Trailblazers. And we had a runner left. At the end of 2, the score, Jammers 3, Adirondack 2. More after this on the Jammers Baseball Network.
The odds of a young girl being discovered by an industry insider while singing to herself pumping gas. 1 in 300 million. The odds of a daughter of a clergyman from Severn, Maryland, spending 11 weeks at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts. 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 7 Grammy Awards. 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of selling over 40 million records? 1 in 800,000. The odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It is the top of the third inning, and due up for the Trailblazers, 9-1-2, Danny Abate, Tyler Bruno, and Joe Simone to face Chris Valamont, who came out with a decidedly different attitude in the top of the second after giving up 2 runs on a 2-run homer by John Michael Boswell. Danny Abate's first trip to the plate, right-handed hitter, 6'1", $185 out of Wayne, and attending Monmouth, just finished up his freshman campaign. Colin Stack, what a run in from right field to try to catch that on the foul area warning track. Went down to one knee, slid, and could not come up with it. It falls for a strike. Abate will gather his bat and head back to home plate. Danny wears number 5. And when leading off in games this season, in an inning, 077. 13 at-bats in that situation. 0-1 the count. Valamont's pitch. Over the outside corner, strike 2. No doubt where the strike zone is now for Chris Valamont. On the road, Danny Abate is hitting a .182 for the Trailblazers. Pitch misses low, and the count is now 1-2 to the right-handed hitting second baseman, Danny Abate. Don't forget, coming up Sunday, it's a Kids Sunday. Yeah, get your kids in the Kids Club. Register for free. And then the parent or guardian coming with the child gets into the game for $5, no matter where the seat is. Kids get in free. That pitch is strike 3 called, and there's one gone in the Trailblazers half of the third.
Trailblazers, the shortstop, number 19, Tyler Bruno.
Kids get to run the bases after the game, and there's all kinds of fun games that we play during the course of it, too. Join us for a Kids Club Sunday coming up this week. 3:05 start here at Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park. Tyler Bruno at the plate, and the first pitch from Valamont is strike 1. We will be hosting the Oneonta Outlaws coming up on Sunday. 0-1 pitch off the end of the bat, fouled back to the home plate grandstand area. Hits off the facade. Scooped up by the on-deck batter, Joe Simone, and tossed over to the Jammers dugout. 0-2 the count. Nobody aboard, 1 out. We're in the top of the third. Jammers up 3-2. Valamont's 0-2 pitch. Went with a hard slider outside. Bruno didn't chase, and the count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody aboard and 1 out for the Trailblazers in their half of the third. That one's outside. The off-speed pitch is in the dirt. Chris Conley blocks it, and the count is 2-2. There's some throwing in the Adirondack bullpen. I don't know how serious that is, if that's just work that someone's getting in, or if at some point they may get ready. That one's foul tipped off the end of the bat. Get the young man a little chalk for his cue stick as it comes back to the home plate grandstand netting. Once again, Joe Simone handles that. Count still even at 2 on Tyler Bruno, the right-handed hitting shortstop. 2-2, and the pitch is fouled right at the plate. Count still 2-2. So Bruno, having a good at-bat here, protecting the plate, has managed to see 6 pitches from Chris Valamont so far, and will await pitch number 7. Bruno, by the way, at 5'10" and $155, is from Poughkeepsie. He's attending Iona. Cut and a miss. Nice slider by Valamont gets Bruno swinging. 2 outs in the inning, both via the strikeout.
Now up the back, the center fielder, number 23, Joe Simone.
That'll bring up Joe Simone, center fielder, 5'11", $190 out of Wayne. He's attending Ryder, just finished up his freshman campaign, and in tonight's game, he is 1 for 1. Singled and was driven home, the old 2-run homer from John Michael Boswell. First pitch is on the inside corner, taken by Simone, strike 1 called. No balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting center fielder. 2 out, nobody aboard, and the 0-1 from Valamont. Ooh, it looked like it caught the outside corner, but it's ball 1. Count is even at 1-1 on Joe Simone. 1 ball, 1 strike. The big righty Chris Valamont on the hill with a 1-1. That one's high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Joe Simone. Chris Valamont from Erie attending Mercyhurst. And that one's hit on a line toward Colin Stack, and he just kind of drifts back. Stack is a guy out in right field that he really makes a lot of plays look easy, as he can cover some ground. He's pretty tall and pretty quick too. Caught that one off the bat of Simone. 3 up, 3 down for the Trailblazers in their half of the third. No runs, hits, or errors. No one left. We have completed 2.5 in the score. Jammers 3, Trailblazers 2. Here on the Jamestown Jammers Baseball Network. Glad to have you with us here on this beautiful Friday night.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Middle third of the order due up to face Matt Vallon here in the bottom of the third inning. And the first pitch to Skyler is up the ladder. That's where Justin Smith had to go to pull that one down. It's ball 1. 1-0 the count to Skyler. He walked in his first plate appearance. 1-0 the count here. Lefty Vallon's pitch. Another one right in the same spot. Really stretching out Justin Smith. Be careful, he might pull something. Jeez. 2-0 the count to Skyler Valentine. Vallon's 2-0. High again. And outside in the count 3-0. Valentine walked on a 3-1 pitch back in the first. When it was 3-0, he didn't even take the bat off his shoulders, and he's just kind of waggling it there, and Vallon comes inside and misses. Ball 4, walks him on 4 straight.
Now up the bat, the right fielder, number 9, Colin Stack.
Colin Stack at the plate. Has yet to have an official trip to the plate, but he did hit a sac fly RBI for the second out of the first inning, driving home the first run of the game. Chris Conley Valentine off and running, throw down way late. Second baseman Danny Abate came in to make sure it didn't go into center field because he knew that Valentine was there at second base. Stolen base for Schuyler. And for Valentine in 2017, that would be stolen base. Let's see, number 8. We have 3 players with 8, Valentine, Conti, and Stack, all with 8 stolen. Valentine with a great success record, 8 steals now, and only caught once. Big lead off the bag at second, the off-speed pitch to Stack. He takes it, and it's called strike 1. No balls and a strike to the right-handed hitting right fielder Colin Stack. Stack 6'1", $175 from Jamestown, attending UMBC. Got to see some postseason action. Time called by Stack as Valen takes too long. Valen from the stretch comes set. That pitch is fouled off down the right field line and well beyond the bullpen of the Adirondack Trailblazers. I think it stayed within the property confines, a fence over in that area where the picnic tables are. 0-2 the count to Stack. Valentine, the leadoff batter, is at second base as he walked and stole second in the 0-2 to Stack again. Reaches out and slaps it. That's going to end up just shy of the bullpen of the Trailblazers that time. One of them pops out and chases down that foul ball off the bat of Colin Stack. Still 0-2 the count. Matt Valen looks back at Valentine, now back at the plate, and time was called once again by Stack. So everybody will reset here. Valentine goes back and touches up at second. Stack gets back in the batter's box. Valen gets a sign from Justin Smith. Looks back at Valentine 2 times, 3 times, and now comes to the plate. High outside, ball 1. Counts 1-2.